Hi, I'm Francoise Rhodes and welcome to Traveling with Francoise. Today we are making our way up Palms to Pines Highway that turns into Highway 74. At some point we'll have to find out which way the crow flies, and when we do, we'll figure out where our next destination is. But before we head off, let's take a look at the beautiful Coachella Valley below me. Want to travel? I'll take you there. Want to dine? I'll tell you where. Play golf? I'll pick the spot. Nightlife? I know it's hot. It's never too late to get a life. On August 11th, 1930, the Riverside County Board of Supervisors officially named the highway from the desert to the San Jacinto Mountains, Palms to Pine Highway. Once the highway makes its way into the mountains, it becomes State Route 74 and is mostly a scenic highway in California that runs from Palm Desert in Riverside County westward to San Juan Capistrano in Orange County, over 111 miles long. Route 74 passes through many parks and national forests along its route. A segment of Route 74 named Seven Level Hill, just south of Palm Desert, California, appears in the 1963 American comedy It's a Mad, 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 Mad World during the opening minutes of the film, when the major characters of the film meet for the first time following a car accident.
Hey, did you see it? The way he went sailing right out there? He just went sailing out there.
It was terrible. I mean, just terrible. We must have been doing over 80.
I never saw such a crazy guy in my life.
Let's get down there. Come on, let's go.
Route 74 between San Juan Capistrano and Lake Elsinore, due to its narrow width and high traffic volume, also holds an ominous claim to fame as one of the most dangerous highways in the state. All right, now we have come to the crossroads of going either east, according to my compass, or west. So which way does the crow fly? Well, hopefully we'll see a crow fly over and we will find out where our day trip on the roads through the mountains of Highway 74, 79, 371, we'll see where they take us. So is there a crow up there flying anywhere? We'll see. Welcome back to Traveling with Francoise. As we wind our way up the mountain, we stumble across the historic marker for Camp Wright, first established on October 18, 1861, on the grounds of Warner Ranch by elements of the 2nd Infantry. It was designed to protect the immigrant travel route between Arizona and California. After moving on November 23, 1861 to Oak Grove, the Oak Grove Stagecoach Station also moved as well due to the harsh winds that blow through Warner Ranch. It is said that the winds that blew through Warner Ranch were a perfect gale, not a moderate breeze, more than half the time driving the dust in clouds and blinding the eyes of everyone, and infiltrating into every coffee pot, camp kettle, water bucket, and more. Food could not be cooked because the wind put out fires. Gales blew down all tents and tipped over tables and inkstands so that the company reports could not be written. The stage station was used as a hospital and officers' quarters at the Oak Grove camp. All of this was abandoned in December 1866. As we wind our way up the mountain, we pass through Sunshine Summit, the highest point on California Highway 79 between Temecula in Riverside County and Warner Springs in San Diego County. It is home to the Navy Marine Corps' SERE, Survival, Escape, Resistance, Evasion Remote Training Camp. Elevation at Sunshine Summit is 3,277 feet. Behind me is Lake Henshaw off of Highway 76. We discovered this route on our day trip going up the mountains towards San Diego. We're also going to head up to Mount Palomar Observatory. But before we get there, I think we ought to find out what you can do at Lake Henshaw. Welcome to Lake Henshaw Resort, a beautiful lake resting at the foot of the Palomar Mountains in San Diego County. The lake covers approximately 1,140 acres and holds 55,000 acre-feet of water. Lake Henshaw Resort is the perfect family getaway, offering camping, RV hookups, or you can stay in a house-kept cabin nestled away on the hillside overlooking the lake. Set in the middle of nowhere, which I hear has some pretty amazing fishing. All right, we are up here at the Lake Henshaw General Store, barbecue restaurant, and the site where all the fishermen here at Lake Henshaw buy all their fishing equipment. And joining me is Dennis White. Hi, Dennis.
Hi, how are you?
Well, I'm fine, thank you. So now, Lake Henshaw has been around since 1923, and I bet you have a lot of old fisherman tales to tell up in this area.
A lot. At one time, there used to be almost 400 rental boats here. There was people coming from LA and all over to just fish. Mm-hmm. It was known as a really good bass fishing lake.
Looks to me like the level of the lake is up. Is it up higher than it normally is?
It came up about 27 feet. What that'll do is it brought up the lake level up into all the brush that's growing around the edges, and the baby fish will have a place to hide. Before, there was not a lot of cover for them to survive. Mm-hmm. The numbers of fish have come up a lot.
When does your fishing season actually start?
Memorial weekend is when we kick off our season.
Okay. Then looking behind me here, and we have Hog Wild catfish dip bait. Mm-hmm. We also have the crappie, which I think is very, very popular up here. What is the crappie?
Crappie is, to put it where people can really think about it, a bluegill. Everybody catches bluegill. Well, crappie are a bigger version of a bluegill. They get up to 3.5 pounds. But they're probably the best eating of all of them.
Oh, okay. And that is the predominant fish out there in the lake? I hear it's also the easiest fish to catch.
It can be.
Oh,
it can be. It can be challenging at times too.
So tell us a fishing tale. What's the largest fish ever caught at Lake Henshaw?
I think a 39-pound catfish.
Wow, that is large. So again, Lake Henshaw is open to the public. Mm-hmm. It's open 365 days a year.
Yep.
And the best fishing time, though, is summer?
Summertime, spring through the summer, they catch a lot of catfish here.
All right. Is there a charge to go fishing on the lake?
$7.50 for anyone 13 and over.
Okay, sounds good to me. Well, I'm ready to go fishing. Are you?
Sure.
All right, so Dennis and I, we're going fishing. Not only have we been out looking at the lake and hoping to spot some fish, but we also spotted some painters here. And with us is Ann Mudgett. And Ann, who are you with?
This group is Plein Air Painters of San Diego. And they get together every Monday and go to a different site to paint.
All right, now have you been up to Lake Henshaw before?
I have, yes, and the group has.
And what inspired? It's so beautiful and peaceful and quiet up here. What though really attracts you? Is it the lake or the foliage or the birds? What is your main draw?
It's wonderful to be outside and paint outside. And if you're outside, you can find something to paint.
Find something to paint. Well, let's take a look at what you're painting right here. And this is acrylics, oils?
This is oil.
Welcome back to Traveling with Francoise. 2 hours later, and almost 100 miles, we made our final turn on Mount Palomar Road. And behind me is the Mount Palomar Observatory, the Hale Telescope, at one point one of the largest telescopes in the world. I can't wait to look around, go in the gift store, look at all the exciting exhibits they have. And again, this is only 2 hours from the Coachella Valley, and it's about 30 degrees cooler up here at over 5,500 feet. Up here at the observatory, there are 3 working telescopes, and I'll talk about those in a minute. But right now, we're going to start our journey right here at the Addison White Greenway Jr. Visitor Center. Now, I know from past experience, there's a great little gift shop in there and a really fascinating exhibit area that tells us about the history and the making and everything that's going on here at the Mount Palomar Observatory. Once inside the Visitor Center, before I walk around and look at all the exhibit explanations around the building here, I want to stop here at the interactive Lushkin Virtual Presence Interactive. So I'm going to push one of the buttons, and it's going to take us actually inside the dome where the Hale telescope is. You can see right now that the doors are closed. Conceived of almost 100 years ago, Palomar Observatory has been at the forefront of astronomical research since the mid-century. Today, the observatory operates every clear night and is an iconic facility for scientific advancement, instrument development, and student training. Research at Palomar is conducted by astronomers from all over the world. The observatory is home to 3 active research telescopes: the 200-inch Hale telescope, the 48-inch Samuel Oshkins telescope, and the 60-inch telescope. The observatory is a popular destination in Southern California and receives tens of thousands of visitors a year from all over the world. Most come to see the famous 200-inch Hale telescope, for decades the largest effective telescope in operation. I'm standing in front of the Hale telescope and I'm so excited. I brought my camera because I can't wait to take pictures of what we'll find inside. We made our way inside the dome that holds the Hale telescope, which is named in honor of George Ellery Hale, this fellow right here, whose vision and leadership made it a reality.
In 1928, astronomer George Ellery Hale secured a $6 million grant to build the 200-inch telescope that would later bear his name. The site for the observatory was chosen in 1934. Building the telescope was a mammoth project that spanned both the American Great Depression and World War II. Construction began in 1936 of an 18-inch Schmidt telescope and the dome for the 200-inch telescope. The massive parts for the 530-ton telescope were constructed by Westinghouse in its South Philadelphia plant.
Up 46 steps and behind this glass enclosed room is the Hale telescope. Now you can see inside it is very intricate, detailed. So much is going on that we don't really even see because it's a telescope and working process right now. They do not let visitors behind there because of the magnitude of the expense of this telescope, and everything is done in inches and just minute slight changes, and they do not allow visitors. But that's okay because we can walk along the glass here and look inside, and they also have scale models of what the telescope actually looks like. In this case, here's a 1/10 scale model of the 200-inch mirror.
The Palomar Observatory crew works tirelessly to maintain the aging Hale telescope in various ways, including periodically pulling and recoating the 200-inch mirror.
Pretty incredible. So as we walk farther down, you can see the Hale telescope before the enclosures were built around it. So again, such detail and intricacy that is involved with this. And here we have the model with the telescope enclosed. Finally, on January 26, 1949, Edwin Hubble exposed the first image, and for that occasion he selected NGC 2261, an object he had identified as being variable in brightness and one that carried the name Hubble's Variable Nebula. You can see that I put my jacket on because it's very chilly outside. But behind these glass walls here, it's even colder. In fact, they keep the temperature where the Hale telescope is at nighttime temperatures on a continual basis, which is really about in the 30s here each night at the elevation of 5,600 feet above sea level. Well, you can imagine 100 years ago what they would have to wear to be working on the telescope. And behind me, it says here, this is years ago, astronomers would ride inside the prime focus cage of the 200-inch Hale telescope. To keep warm on cold winter nights, they would wear 24-volt war surplus electrically heated suits such as the one you're looking at. Today, astronomers now work from a heated room.
Astronomers no longer ride in the Hale telescope, as Edwin Hubble did. Sensitive electronic imaging and spectrographic instruments have taken their place. Technicians install and maintain the instruments in preparation for each night of observing. New instrumentation makes use of adaptive optics technology. Adaptive optics is a technique that allows ground-based telescopes to remove the blurring effects caused by Earth's atmosphere. This image shows the dramatic improvement gained through the use of adaptive optics. On the left is a blurred image without adaptive optics corrections, and on the right, the corrections reveal a binary star. Astronomers mapped the northern skies, probed galaxies, and discovered the first quasars. Closer to home, discoveries such as Comet Shoemaker-Levy 9 give us a new perspective on the dangers within our own solar system. The discovery of dwarf planet Eris knocked Pluto out of the solar system's planetary roll call. The small telescopes at Palomar are used nightly for dedicated research programs. The wide-angle Samuel Oschin Telescope is undertaking a survey of the night sky for transient sources, while the Palomar 60-inch performs follow-up observations.
Here I am inside the gift shop, and as you look around, everything for the budding astronomer, the advanced astronomer, I don't know, it's just a fun place to stop and shop before you leave the observatory. So I'm going to do some shopping, and you can look around just a little bit more. I'm ready for a picnic, but up here at Mount Palomar Observatory, there are no restaurants and no gas stations. Once you get on Mount Palomar Road, that's it. So pack your bags, bring some lunch, sit outside at this beautiful picnic area they have, and enjoy being outdoors at 5,600 feet above sea level. I also want you to keep in mind that visitors' hours are very strict here. Gates open at 9 a.m. and they close promptly at 4 p.m. So check the website. Because of inclement weather, they could be closed up here at Mount Palomar Observatory. But it's a great place to bring the family, and it really is breathtaking. I don't know if climbing the trees over here is advised, but these old trees are spectacular. Look at the size of the trunks here up here on Mount Palomar. After spending a couple hours at the observatory, I'm hungry, and there's only one place that's sort of nearby to eat, and that's Mother's Kitchen. And joining us is the general manager here at Mother's Kitchen, Francisco Valdovinos. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay.
And your name is beautiful too.
Thank you, Francoise. Now, Mother's Kitchen, how long has it been here?
In May of this year, on our holiday, we'll be completing 40 years. So we've been here since 1977.
All right, now I noticed online it says you have vegan food. Vegan is your specialty, but yet you serve Italian and Mexican.
Well, actually, our specialty is vegetarian.
Okay.
So, and we do lacto vegetarian. So we do have eggs and cheese, but we do accommodate some of our items we accommodate us to make it vegan.
The setting up here is magnificent. Now, the road that we are on, you said is Canfield Road.
Correct.
I thought it was Palomar Mountain Road, but you said there's a little history behind the name of the original name of the road.
Yes, it used to be called, apparently, Highway to the Stars. And people kept stealing the sign because it's such a beautiful name. You know, you take it and it goes all the way, S6, it goes all the way to the coast, to Del Mar. So as you can imagine, there will be a lot of signs to be replaced that people took. And apparently they did. So they found out not the prettiest named Canfield Road, but we love it.
Love it.
The setting is magnificent and it's beautiful.
So you have to remember to turn when you're on 76 to turn up Canfield Road, and then there's signs along the way.
Yes.
Now, there's no dining at Mount Palomar Observatory. But there are picnic tables, and there's a picnic area. So do you make lunches or to-go food so people can take it up to the observatory?
Yes, some people call us ahead of time to make sure we have certain items that they love, and then they'll take them and they'll go hiking or go on a little picnicking.
So there's the tip of the day. If you're going up to the observatory, either pack your own picnic lunch, or pretty soon we're going to see our lunch here and you'll be able to see what we're eating, or stop at Mother's Kitchens here. Along the way, it's your last restaurant stop before you get up to Mount Palomar Observatory. Order your lunch, take it to go, and I suggest you have a picnic under the beautiful trees out there at the observatory. Well, Francisco, thank you so much for joining us. I know you're supposed to be back there cooking our lunch.
You're so welcome.
Yeah. Right.
I'll go up there and help them out too.
Okay.
I hope you enjoyed it.
Thank you.
I hope your viewers enjoyed it too.
All right, thanks so much. All right, here at Mother's Kitchens, I'm having the Chipotle Boca Tacos. Looks delicious. And cameraman Steve is having a club sandwich. So it's time for lunch, and don't forget, stop at Mother's Kitchen and order your lunch before you go up to Mount Palomar Observatory so you can sit under the trees and enjoy it. Time to eat. Francisco, I just had my fabulous lunch of Chipotle Boca Tacos. What kind of meat was that?
It's vegetarian soy meat.
I knew it. It was really good. I'm not vegetarian, and I loved it. It was delicious. So
We use our spices that I normally used to use in Mexico when I cook carne asada and things.
yum.
So that's our nice little red sauce that we make.
Well, very, very tasty. Now, what are you making here in this little outdoor, what type of oven is this?
This is an Italian oven. A
right.
friend of ours imports them from Italy, and he donated this oven to us. And I've been roasting vegetables.
Oh, okay.
We use them on our veggie wraps and also our lasagna goes inside, and it's very nice.
Give us a
Time
peek
to,
here. So everything's made fresh daily.
Yes.
Oh.
A few things, we make them in advance. I already have some that are extra
Crispy?
crispy.
Oh, those
I
are
have
very
some
crispy.
poblano chilies and also some red bell peppers. Let me just show you here. Just a little while ago, I also roasted some zucchinis, eggplant, and more bell peppers. Ended up making some beautiful, delicious veggies.
And all of this is from your little roasting oven right there.
Yes.
Delicious. Well, again, Francisco, thank you so much. It's been a real treat. And we'll see you again up here at Mother's Kitchen. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Traveling with Francoise. See, all it takes is for you to hop in the car and drive an hour or two away from the valley, and you never know what you're going to find. So until next time, be adventurous, have fun, and remember, it's never too late to get a life. Want to travel? I'll take you there. Want to dine? I'll tell you where. Play golf? I'll pick the spot. Nightlife? I know it's hot. It's never too late to get a life.